that window's pretty bright behind you, bud.
Yeah.
How's it going, everybody?
What's going on?
Hey,
Hey, Joe.
Sweet. I think this is actually the most people I've had on the podcast, which is freaking rad.
Yeah, this is the whole band.
Nice. I love the Missing Mars background. So usually just have you guys kind of introduce yourselves and just tell us, a little bit about your band and what you guys have been up to.
Well, yeah, we're Missing Mars. We're pretty much a COVID band. We formed January, Mike, of 2020. And it was just Mike and I getting together, adding or answering a Craigslist ad or something like that. And, we started deciding to make some music and went after it. And Steve and then Aaron joined us.
Nice.
AKA Animal.
AKA the drummer, I'm assuming.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if everybody wants to introduce themselves individually and just say, hey, what instrument you're playing, and then we can kind of chat about the show coming up.
Okay. Yeah, my name's Aaron Thomas. I play rhythm guitar and do vocals. Next.
I'm Steve. I play guitar as well and the jaw harp.
Anybody? Yeah, go for it.
I guess. Well, it's Animal. Oh wow, I'm peeking out everything. That's unusual that I'm super loud. I'm Mike Anderson. I play bass guitar.
Animal drums.
Right on. I think that's everybody. Well, that's cool. I'm getting some feedback. Let's see if I can fix that.
Turn the volume down, guys.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, or maybe mute. Right on.
Yeah, mute your out volumes.
Yeah, we'll just have to do the old-fashioned one at a time thing. This is actually the most people I've had on the podcast at one time. Usually it's like 2 or 3, so this is cool. I'm loving it. Well, again, I really appreciate you guys reaching out to my band, The Folly, for this show coming up in September. But I think you guys are still looking for a band in this month, isn't it? Or is it July?
July 15th. We're playing Barsidius Brewery. That's in Lebanon. And I think, if I'm correct, Steve's old band teacher is the owner of that venue. Is that correct, Steve? Okay, I'll take that nod as a yes.
Yes.
Nice.
2 thumbs up for yes. And so it's claimed to be one of Oregon's most haunted buildings, is what I'm hearing. So we're hoping to kind of change it up a little bit, kind of, make it into like a costume party / show. And we're going to give away some merch to some good costumes out there. And overall, just have a good time. We got one band that is ready to take the stage with us, but we're currently looking for one more. And it could be you. It could be your band.
Heck yeah.
At least one more.
At least one more, yeah.
Yeah, it's a shorter venue, but if it's like we're talking to a bunch of people and it seems like that there's a possibility that we'll see about that. But I think there's some things in the works, but if the right band comes forward and the first one that kind of shows up at this point, we kind of have to get this on the books and get it advertised for everybody to see. So we really don't want to wait too much longer, and it may just end up being a TBA announcement or something like that. But we really want to get posters out so everybody can see this stuff. But it's going to be a really awesome show. I'm super psyched for this. I've got some people that are part of a tour group that go through these haunted venues, and they're super psyched about this because they want to come down and get all up in costume and do it. So
Awesome.
Everybody show up.
Heck yeah. Well, so I'm assuming that you guys have all been in bands pre-COVID. Is anything in the Pacific Northwest that you guys have been in, or are we all from around here? Or I know somebody's in Hawaii right now.
That would be Mr. Mike.
I'm here right now, but and Animals, we're in Philly, I think, right? We're all over the map.
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Pennsylvania somewhere. Sweet. So 3 hours one way, 3 hours the other way. I was banned in the Bay Area back in the 90s. Played a lot of venues that I saw a lot of the bigger bands with. I mean, basically, played a show 2 weeks after I saw Radiohead on the Benz tour on stage in a small venue. Played the same venue that Hole has played, and it's one of those things that coming back around now. To be honest, I never really expected this, and owe a lot of props to a lot of people. Got to give a big shout out to one of the Quits who really just kind of walked up in our practice spot and asked me if I played in a band, and it was from there kind of like magic. And so we booked a bunch of shows because of him, because of his influence and who he knows in the industry, and then from there just kind of like the getting out there and doing what we do and talking to people and meeting people and loving to meet bands and meeting people just like Aaron met you and hooked up, and just basically finding like a lot of neat people in this community to play with. That's really what I'm in it for. And this is like a second go around for me. So it's all cake now,
Sure.
like, we had our chance once and now it's kind of like, this is just awesome that we even get a chance to do it. So, and
Yeah.
these guys, to be honest, couldn't do it without these guys. All of these guys are artists. I'm really just their muse. Just try to hold them together.
That's awesome. Well, it's super encouraging to see new bands come out of COVID because, bands usually you hear the story that they broke up or, the venues are all closed. And this is a really good kind of beacon of hope for everybody else out there that wants to start playing shows that, hey, we're making the best of a bad situation and we're going to come back stronger than we started. So that's super encouraging. I actually started this podcast because of COVID. Because I've got this list of bands and friends that I used to play with, and then nobody was doing shows. I'm like, well, shit, I'm just going to talk to all my homies and bands and stuff just on a podcast format. And there is a couple perks to it, you don't have to load all the gear. So that's one plus. There's no loading all the gear at the end of the night. There is the stinking lag though, which is unfortunate. So I appreciate you guys bearing with me on that. But yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to promote this as much as I can, and then kind of support other bands because you guys are kind of in the same genre. I don't want to pigeonhole anybody, but it sounds like we're kind of grungy rock 90s sounding. That's kind of our vibe. But it sounds like we definitely would complement each other on stage and for the audience. So I'm super excited. Super excited.
Yeah, I'd say Steve is he's the youngest of our group, but he plays like he's the oldest of our group. He's like a guy out of the 70s. His rhythm or his leads, it's just amazing. And we joke around. We call him First Take Steve because he comes out and we're like, all right. I come in. I'm like, here's an idea. Let's start playing off of it. And it's just like, whoa. What was that, Steve? And thankfully, most of the time we're recording while we do all of our practices, so we catch them.
That's awesome.
Which actually, I don't know if we're playing that song today, but if we are playing that song of ours, that's Steve's first take on that.
Oh, sweet.
That was the first time playing the song.
So you guys said you're going to send me some tracks, but I don't think I got any quite yet. So don't forget to send me some tracks. So I can check it out because I've seen some of the videos online that you guys have posted from YouTube and stuff. And I dig it, but I definitely love to get the tracks from you. I think that was Aaron, right? You said you were going to send me something. If that's okay, I'd love to check it out.
Yeah, definitely. I'll send it to you, and we can have you listen to it or whatnot. It's not a recorded or mastered version of it. It's a practice take. Like I said, it was our first take doing it. And came out pretty good for a practice take, if I should say.
Man, there's something to be said about the first take. I know that anytime I'm in the studio, if you can, if you know the material well enough, it's usually the first or second take is the one, because it's like the juices are flowing, the adrenaline's going, and then you can fix everything else in post, right?
Exactly.
Well, okay, go ahead.
Fix it.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, we're thankful that you brought us on here to talk about this, and we're excited not just for this show, but all the shows that we got coming up this summer. We're playing July 27th at Monteville Station, and then we're playing East Side Bar and let me go back. We're playing Big Legrowski August 5th, and then East Side Bar and Grill August 19th. And then we're doubling that show up the next night. We're playing Cascade Bar and Grill in Vancouver. And I think there's another event in between, but then the September 10th show that we're doing with you and your band, it's that one's gonna be like a banger. That's awesome. That's I think that's 5 wide we're going on that show. And we got some great bands coming in.
That's awesome. Yeah, like I said before, it's just super encouraging that something good came out of the pandemic and you guys actually formed. Was it awkward or like was it weird? I don't want to get political, but was it hard to like start up and reach out, as coming together with like the COVID thing happening? Because I know it was hard for like just regular band practice, but forming a band, how did you have to do like a lot of interviews or auditions or anything, or had you had to go through a lot of people?
Well, Mike and I started January of 2020, so we were playing together right before it kicked off. And then everything went kind of crazy in the world, and we said, all right, we're taking a break. And I ran out and I bought like a Scarlett 2i2. I'm like, all right, I'm going to just start recording, and I'm going to send it emails to you and give you some riffs, and we'll go off of that. And then finally we decided we wanted to get back together and start practicing. But me being on the vocals, I didn't get to wear a mask per se, but everyone else would wear it. And then you had Mike coming in looking like he was all Darth Vader, because he had like this huge mask thing on and then filters on top of that. So it was pretty wild. So it was, it was a time to remember, but I'm glad we're through most of that, I hope. And now it's just time to rock.
Yeah. What do you guys have any big plans besides this next stretch? Are you guys gonna plan on recording, or do you have other like tour aspirations, or what's your year to 5-year goal as a band Missing Mars?
Well, I feel like I'm doing most of the talking, but that's all right.
Your 5-year goal. I don't know. I mean, I guess this one.
Go ahead.
I would like to pick up on this one. If
go
these
ahead,
two
Mike.
guys on either side of me, these two beautiful guys at the top of the screen, if it's laid out the same for you guys, if I'm going to leave it out to them if they want to talk about what the future holds for us. There's a reason we're stopping September, but it's really for I hope for just a pause for what we need to do in life, and our we really need to, because I mean, you guys want to go?
Yeah, why not? We're having babies.
Yeah.
Animal and I, not together, but our own.
Awesome.
Not that I have a problem with that.
The next generation. That's awesome. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, we're growing the band.
Exactly.
So yeah, a little pause there in the winter, I think, or fall, winter, just to kind of figure out what life looks like, and then regroup from there. But I think that definitely our future looks like doing a little bit of studio time, I think, following that, or even working, within that area.
Well, congrats. That's awesome.
I know I'm going to definitely go into like recording mode and try to start on a personal level and start trying to write some more stuff for us, since we won't be able to hit the stage, shall we say. But it's going to be a lot of fun just taking that on, because we got a whole bunch of songs that we're already ready to record, but there's a lot of stuff still up in here that needs to come out.
Let's talk about the
really
cliche,
the
the pigeonhole of a genre. We sound like this, we sound like that. Can you like narrow it down to a genre, or like a few like top influences as far as a band bands go, Like let's say top 5 out of everybody. What's your biggest influences?
Who do you think we sound like, Animal?
He's like, dang it, I gotta unmute
I
now.
think he's unmuting.
It takes me like 10 minutes to unmute. Don't talk to me. I don't know.
It's better than saying, "Oh, we sound like Missing Mars." What about you, Mike, Steve? Who do we sound like?
Well, I guess we got called out for having a Pink Floyd sound. We got definitely, I think like we have like a Mars Volta-esque sound. There's a lot of like what Steve added to it that changes us from like a typical just straight down the middle band to being dynamic. And then the percussion that Animal's bringing it gives way more depth than what we've been used past. And Animal's add to the band has been basically the thing that's kind of solidified like where we want to be at. And I think that in the past, even though like we've had some really great drummers that we played with, it was kind of him that drove the new kind of sound that we have, like this thing that we can be not just this average band. You know, I kind of consider myself an average bass player. Like I muse off all these guys. When I hear them play, it's like I want to solo when Steve plays. I want to do syncopated drums when Animal plays. And all I want to do is make love this guy down here, you know. So
No, if I can build off of what he's saying too,
it just feels like such a
oh, we still there? No, if I can build off of Mike though, I think as like with any band, I think we all have our own different enough backgrounds that we bring to the table that really build our sound. And so it's funny when we're listening to music, because I do hear some of I know Aaron and Mike are huge Dave Grohl fans, and you can hear some of that, and you hear some of the Nirvana grunge and the Foo Fighters in what they bring to the table. And my background was with the classic rock and blues, and that's where I find my inspiration. And I think Animal just comes from pure aggression. So.
That's awesome. Well, I appreciate that. One last thing I've been wanting to ask you guys, tell me about the name Missing Mars.
Well, Missing Mars. What did we say we were going to say it was about when we came up with it? Because it always seems to change, you know. But I think I came up with the name first, and it was like, I was like, this world that we're in is like so crazy, you know, and things have just totally changed in like last 2-3 years. And I was like, I kind of miss Mars, you know. It's like, I think I should be there because this place is not recognizable anymore.
I dig it. I dig it.
I would think that's pretty accurate. If not, it's very poetic, and I'll take it.
Absolutely. Well said. Well said. Well, again, super stoked to meet you guys. I'm really looking forward to this show. And I wish you guys the best of luck at your haunted show in Lebanon. Go ahead and give a shout out one more time to those dates, if you can remember them all, so people know. When I post this video, I'll post your social media and the link and everything.
Okay.
And then feel free to post away on my Facebook page, Music Makers for the Podcast. And I'll just do my best to support you guys however I can. And maybe we could do this again before the other show.
Yeah, I personally appreciate it, Joe. And, you know, July 15th, should I say, Arsidious Brewery in Lebanon. And then following that up, July 27th. Is it July 27th, Mike, or 29th?
I think it's 29th.
29th, sorry.
Just to make
Correction,
sure.
July 29th. We're playing Monteville Station. And then we're playing after that Big Legrowski on August 5th. Follow that with Eastside Bar and Grill on August 19th. Cascade Bar and Grill on August 20th. And then Cascade Bar and Grill again on September 10th. With
Awesome.
The Folly. Can't wait.
And we're we music.
You went kind of Darth Vader on us there, Mike.
Yeah.
Be at the Evergreen Space Museum.
Start over.
We've been told we're in it. We have to wait for confirmation. We have to tell you which day it is
For which show?
for the Evergreen Space Museum. It's the Walnut City Music Festival.
Whoa, that's cool.
Yeah, it's a cool festival. It's actually
That internet out in
live
Hawaii
in
is not the
McMinnville,
best.
it's basically got a really cool. Now it's cutting out because of the wind, I think.
Oh,
Is it any better now?
it's a little better.
Yeah, I think Mike said right after this interview, or he's gonna, just run out and jump into the ocean. So,
Nice. So that's cool. Well, yeah. Do you want to try that again? Try what you were saying, Mike, because I think it was kind of cutting out. You might have a better luck now.
Sorry about that, you guys. It's just it's the 4th and the 5th of September, and is it still cutting out? So
A little bit. we'll just nod and smile. We can all just
I
start
think
talking.
it's the Walnut
It's
City,
way
the Walnut
bad.
City Festival, either September 4th or 5th that we're playing. And that's gonna be at the water park there where the big airplane is. And if I'm correct, I might be incorrect, but I think that's where we're gonna be.
Awesome. That's a cool place. I didn't know they did music there.
Guitars and water slides, man. What else can you do?
Heck yeah. Well, again, it was wonderful meeting each one of you. Thank you again for coming on the show and inspiring me to do my next episode because I've been kind of slacking on the episodes lately. Oh, love it.
I didn't even see what he did. I was paying attention.
That is awesome. Yeah, grab that other Van Halen one over there. That was pretty good.
Oh, actually, it's kind of funny. Oh my gosh, there it is. That's a good looking guitar. Right over there.
the screen. He broke it.
You broke your G string there. Well, that's a first for music makers as well. That's awesome.
Well, I was just about to say what Steve and I was going to go do, but I think I might go do it myself. We were supposed to go play an open mic somewhere tonight since the other two are out and about, but I think I might be changing locations.
I love it. All right. Well, on that note, it's a full moon today, so just be aware.
the
Check
weirdos
out
are coming
Missing
out.
Mars on Facebook at Missing Mars Band. I really appreciate you guys coming and chatting with me on here. Yeah, and we'll do this again, and we'll see you at the next show. Thank you again, you guys.
Thanks, Joe. Much appreciated. Have a good night,
Likewise.
guys. We'll
All
see
right,
you
peace
practice.
out, everybody.
Thanks, Joe.
Peace out.